No protest made headlines this past weekend, and another campus department is changing names. I'm Treasurer Cassidy, and your news starts now. President Donald Trump said Thursday that Pam Bondi is out as his attorney general. This ends the rocky tenure of a loyalist who upended the Justice Department's culture of independence from the White House. Bondi also oversaw large-scale firings of career employees and moved aggressively to investigate the Republican president's perceived enemies. The department followed months of scrutiny from angry conservatives over the Justice Department's handling of the files into the investigation of Jeffrey Epstein. Trump named Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche as the acting Attorney General. NASA's moon-bound astronauts have reason to celebrate, and not just because their launch went so well, their toilet is working. The so-called lunar loo malfunctioned as soon as the Artemis II crew reached orbit Wednesday evening. Mission Control guided astronaut Christina Koch through some plumbing tricks, and she finally got it going. The 3 Americans and 1 Canadian are on track to bust out of orbit around Earth on Thursday night and zoom to the moon for a lunar fly-around. It will be Mission Control's first translunar injection since Apollo's swan song in 1972. No Kings protests counted in thousands around the world, including here in Chattanooga. Here's a look back from our Mocs team report.
What's up, Mocs News? It's Peyton Gortney, and I'm out by the riverfront. They're doing a No Kings protest out here.
Tell me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like! I'm running it. Release the files!
Release the files!
And they come knocking at your door. They're knocking on my own.
You can see everybody's signs and everything. We got signs that say like No Kings, all that kind of stuff. We have you can kind of see it over there. It says the Constitution is not a suggestion. So yeah, people are protesting down here. It's Saturday, and yeah, people are out here protesting out by the riverfront.
People are speaking!
Authorities in Los Angeles deployed tear gas near a federal detention center and made dozens of arrests following a No Kings rally held there. Los Angeles police said Sunday that 74 people were arrested for failing to heed a dispersal order that was given after Saturday's rally ended. One other person was taken into custody on suspicion of possessing a weapon that police described as a dagger. The arrest stood out from what otherwise were mostly peaceful protests. Organizers said there were more than 3,100 events registered in all 50 U.S. states. We have a name change for a campus department. The Disability Resource Center is now the Center for Student Accessibility. In other words, the DRC is now the CFSA. The DRC Testing Center is now the CFSA Testing Center with a new email address of cfsatesting@utc.edu. The center will operate from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and the latest testing time for an exam can start at 2 p.m. We've had some great weather lately. Will that hold up for the holiday weekend? Here's Dean with the answer.
We got some serious storms raging across the plains in the Midwest right now. How will they affect Tennessee this Easter weekend? Massive, dangerous storms are currently beating the central U.S. and are expected to continue throughout the next couple of days. As you can see, this is Thursday's outlook, this is Friday's outlook, and this is Saturday's outlook. Middle Tennessee is mostly spared from the severe weather, save for some rain throughout the weekend. This storm system is driven by a massive cold front and dry line, which means next week is going to be cool, sunny, and dry, gradually warming up throughout the next week. We should be back to normal by Saturday. On to the weekly forecast. We're looking at rain throughout this weekend as that storm system moves through. Friday and Saturday are going to be hot, 77 and 78 degrees respectively. And that cold front will reach us Easter Sunday with a high of 68 and a low of 53. Monday we might have some residual clouds and can expect a high of 65 and a low of 46. The rest of the week is looking sunny. Tuesday we've got a high of 66 and a low of 47. Wednesday and Thursday we're looking at a high of 67 and a low of 47 both days. And finally Friday we can expect a high of 71 and a low of 51. That's all the weather talk I got for y'all this week. Stay dry and have a great Easter.
The basketball season is over for the Vols, and we are down to the Final Four in both men and women's basketball. Dominic Butler has details.
Tennessee's season came to an end with a 95-62 loss to Michigan in the Elite Eight. The Volunteers took control with a 21-0 run in the first half and never looked back. Jacoby Gillespie led the Vols with 21 points, while Felix Akpara added 10. Michigan's size and depth proved too much as they roll into the Final Four. The loss marks a third straight Elite Eight exit for Tennessee, ending another strong season. Meanwhile, the men's Final Four is set with Arizona, Michigan, UConn, and Illinois heading to the Indianapolis. Top-seeded Arizona has dominated the tournament, winning every game by double digits. Michigan has been just as impressive, scoring 90 or more in every game on their way to the Final Four. UConn makes it 3 Final Fours in 4 years after a stunning comeback win over Duke. Illinois rounds out the field, using size and defense to control its tournament run. And on the women's side, it's a rare repeat with the Final Four, with UConn, South Carolina, UCLA, and Texas back again. UConn enters undefeated and riding a massive win streak with one of the deepest rosters in the country. South Carolina brings experience and defense, looking for revenge in a rematch with the Huskies. UCLA and Texas round out the field with both teams dominating their tournament runs. The national semifinals tip off Friday night with a spot in the title game on the line.
That's this edition of Mocs News. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to keep up with us on our Instagram page. We are also on Facebook and YouTube. Have a great weekend.